Welcome back to VeggiePlot and to part 2 in this mini series of videos. In the first one we looked at planting out the aubergines and cucumbers and gherkins. In the last one, which will be after this, we'll be looking at planting the tomatoes in the greenhouse. But this video is all about planting out watermelons and the Picasso melons, which are known by several different names apparently, including leopard, Gaia and Dino melon. Anyway, I'll show you how I plant them into the grow bags in my polytunnel on grow bag waterers, how I plant them into pots with the bottoms chopped off, which makes it really easy to plant them a bit deeper, which is good for the plants, but also to water on top if you want to add any special feed and stuff, because watering into a grow bag can be a real pain sometimes. Anyway, without further ado, let's head over to the polytunnel and I'll see you there.
These are the little watermelon plants we've got going. I think they need a bit of tender care. Some of them have been scorched a little bit and a couple of leaves, so I'm going to have to get them into the grow bags over here. But the first ones I want to plant are the Picasso melons, which I mentioned earlier, the lovely white ones with the green flecks, and these are looking really healthy. So these are going to go into these pots here in this grow bag. So basically what I've done is I've cut the bottom off these pots and then wiggled them in, cutting a circle out of the plastic, inserting them in. So I shall plant these 3 in here, and then we shall get another 1, 2 in here, and then hopefully at some point I should get another tub to put some more in there. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 melons in here hopefully. So that's the plan anyway, and then on this side I'll be doing the same. So these are the pots. So it's just a simple sort of pot. I just chop the bottom off and then wiggle it in. So I'll show you how I do that in a minute. But yeah, this is all going to be watermelons. Right, this is all I do with these pots. Get the handy penknife out, and then I suppose about inch and a half from the base, just push the penknife in, and then I just slowly work my way around. I'll probably do it down here, so apologies if you can't see it, but it doesn't have to be dead straight. Straighter the better, but when you get to the end, just nip that off. And so you've just got the base and the pot, so don't use this. And then we insert that into the bag. So basically what I'll do is I'll cut out a circle the same diameter as this, and then just push that in through the plastic. So I'll just get on with these. So all I'll do now is make sure these are sort of exactly where I want them, and then I'll just use the penknife just to very lightly score where the in of the circle is. Then I'll cut the plastic out of each one and then I'll push them in. Just think we'll do the end one first. Just position it fairly close to the end, and then a very light score with the knife just marks the plastic enough for me to see where to cut out. And then we take the pot, and although this one actually is quite soft, so what I'm going to do with this tougher one, so I'm just going to use this one as the template and just wriggle it round, and then if we take that out, I should be able to replace this one quite easily. The benefits of doing it this way is that they sort of advise you cut a square out, but I think that just leaves all this space around the top of the roots for the moisture to evaporate from. But also by adding this sort of pot in, it enables you just to plant a little bit deeper, and so this could be in, you know, as far as you want it to be in, but if it extends like a couple of inches above the surface of the bag, that gives you a little extra depth to plant into. Okay, I'm going to get on and do the others, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're finished. Okay, let me just show you what they look like. So yeah, there we are, all three in. Give me a sort of a couple of inches of extra depth of growing space here, and just keeps all the soil nice and contained within the actual grow bag. Right, I need to now get on and plant these up. So these are F4 from original from some F1 red stars, but I've just been growing my own seeds since I did that initial batch. Right, I'll pop that. Lovely. Right, and then we'll just let that grow up a bit, and then eventually I shall peg it, clip it to this bit of weld mesh here. So these were planted again did a lot of planting on the 24th of April this year. Great. So these two here will grow up the weld mesh, and this one here I'll probably grow up a bit of string and then allow to go onto the floor. But that's those three done. And I did notice I actually got three in this pot. They're all tiny. I must have planted them a lot later. So the 10th of May. Right. So these are going to go into this tub here. That's those three in, and we just need to reconnect the tap so we can top up the water when we want. Well, that's the watermelons done, which is a relief because they've been just sitting there staring at me for ages. So now I'm going to get on with these Picasso melons and put them in over on this side. Look at them, absolutely great looking little seedlings. Right, just open that up. You can see they just come apart. I think one thing with melons or watermelons, even though they need lots of moisture when they're older, you know, when they're fruiting, when they're really young, they don't actually like too much moisture around the roots. So that's one thing to bear in mind. As I say, you can grow melons in the UK, especially undercover. There are quite a few types out there and some good F1s, but I've grown musk melons. I'll have to look some up. I'll put some pictures up on the screen at the moment with some labels as to what they were. But yeah, it's quite possible to grow melons in the UK. But these, as I say, these are from a shop bought Gaia or Picasso melon, so I've really no idea what these will turn out like. Fingers crossed they'll be okay. Not a bad little productive morning, but I'm just to say I'm just going to water these in, and then I'm going to go have some lunch, and then I'll see you up at the greenhouse.
Right, that's the end of part 2. In part 3 we're heading up to the greenhouse where we're going to plant the remainder of the tomatoes in the grow bags on the grow bag waterers. I'll show you how I do that. Stringing them up, and also a really interesting tomato with variegated foliage and stem, which is quite interesting. Plus also you get a sneak peek look at my new watering system which I'm creating. Okay, see you in part 3. Thanks for watching. Let's go.